Good evening. I'm Jeff Douglas along with Casey Cowan. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Oregon Art Beat.
We're about halfway through our 7th season now, just in case you're keeping track, and we still have lots of wonderful artists to profile.
Well, one thing our viewers tell us they like is our variety. Casey, I think we can give them a lot of that tonight.
Oh, absolutely. There are people in the world who like to go their own way, paying no attention to the latest fad or fashion. Oregon has quite a few of these individualists living life on their own terms.
George Andrus is certainly one of them, and Tom D'Antoni found him in Albany, busy experimenting with bubbles.
This is a music video you probably never have seen. These are dancing rainbows. You might know them by another name, soap bubbles. These images and the music are created by George Andrus of Albany in his kitchen.
Today we're starting to work on tape number 98.
Which means you have how many hours?
That would be somewhere between 200 and 400 hours of tape. We put that in our old-fashioned VCR, which is connected through these two machines, which split the image vertically and horizontally. We have a camcorder that's directed down to a soap film in an 8-inch metal ring, which we dip into the diluted soap solution. We let it drain a little bit. Put it on the 3 little pins. Okay, it's sitting down there. We should be getting a picture directly. Takes the camera a little while to decide. And that again is an area about the size of your thumbnail. That image has been split twice by going through 2 special editing equipment. It has so many aspects. This particular thing we're looking at is not the standard swirling colors that you usually see.
Is it ever predictable?
I don't think so.
Is every bubble different?
Yes.
What does happen to cause the differences?
There must be a school or a symposium somewhere that explains all of these things. Someone has been curious, surely, through the years, and can predict to a sense what's going to happen. The screen could become all gray, it could become all white, and then that's sheer idiocy. How can the color, how can the thickness of film do that? The music was generated probably out of curiosity through the years. Very much of it was originated, short little segments were originated on the piano or the synthesizer, which has a full orchestra capacity, which is beyond my capacity to understand.
George is a lifelong photographer.
Oh, there's one of my pictures in Los Angeles Times.
This one?
Yeah. I got that picture.
On a visit to Mount Wilson, George Andrus set up his small camera sighted on an interesting constellation, Orion, and after an hour-and-a-half exposure at f2.9, had a good night shot of the observatory's 150-foot tower, sun telescope, and unusually clear study of star trails on his XX film. Wow.
So that was a fun night. This is the picture that won the National Award in 1970, I believe.
For what?
The best color slide in the world.
Really?
If you don't include the rest of the world. Oh, it's a different world now. But the nice thing about it won't be here very long.
The world?
Right.
Did the aliens tell you that? Or is this something you've concluded on your own?
A small voice, a big voice told me that. I've trained these birds. I cross my fingers here. And they are house finches. This is the male and this is the gal. And she's looking at the setting on the lens and explaining, no wonder we can't get pictures. You had this wrong. And so, how did I get that? It was shot with a flash through a window, as I recall, in Portland. I got that by going to a camera shop, and I got a camera from an old camera, removed the inside, and put sunflower seeds in it. Very, very simple. So the bird has a seed in his mouth, and you make a little perch for him there, and it wasn't very long before they had found it.
Do you think of yourself mostly as a photographer?
Well, I haven't separated it any. I like to philosophize some, and mostly on the subject of space and reality, and sometimes on human behavior. And it's poetry's fun, music is fun. Life is pretty long, and I think you need something to sit down and talk about when you can't do anything anymore.
But George isn't just a photographer and soap film videographer. He's kind of an inventor. I notice you have something here on the table that says answer box. What's that?
The answer box is a dental aid. It's a way of communicating with your dentist when your mouth is full of his fingers and instruments and you can't do anything more than groan. So you answer his questions by pushing the levers. You have 4 choices: yes, no, you don't understand, or talk more clearly, whatever you want to call that, question mark. And then most of the time you have your finger holding the ouch down.
A few years ago, we did a story on Archipelago, a group of young documentary makers. They had just finished a piece on George's brother, Jerry, a magician who lives in the house next door from George. George is Jerry's older brother. When Jerry leaves the house, George knows it because a buzzer goes off.
We're interested in different things, and we're interested in helping each other when it's necessary. And so we're lucky to be living together. We're lucky to be alive. I'm 87, he's 89. Here's the face. I know. See the 2 eyes and the nose.
Okay.
It's a fox.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I meant. If you look at these long enough, you can sort of make up your own story.
That's right. Yeah.
Eventually, it's time to get back to the soap and George's dancing rainbow.